Hi folks, how you doing today? Well, here we are. We got our SCX 10.2. I think we're just about done with her. Got the custom links built for the rear or for underneath and the back of this thing, which are some old Wraith links I had laying around. And we went back to the axial two-speed transmission. I just like the way it looks in there. The height of it's nice. The balance of it's nice. The gears are nice in it. So we're gonna stay. We're gonna stay with that. So back before I got this, it's been about a month now. I was working on a Vaterra, which I really liked. It seems like Axial probably copied their plan on the chassis with all the links and stuff like that, just to give it a different type of chassis. Now, when these things came out, they put them side by side, and they were talking about one of the main differences between the two, other than being pretty much split with the suspensions, was the ground clearance. We got about 65 millimeters of ground clearance on the SEX 10.2. And so I figured out a way of giving us more ground clearance on the Vaterra, which anybody that's got one knows that the plate sticks down about 3 or 4 millimeters. So now I've made a plate, moved it up, and we've got equal ground clearance from the SEX 10.2. So our test should be a little bit better, not quite as biased as with a little more clearance here. As you can see, the Vaterra, the links and stuff are nice and tucked up. So we got about 65 or 66 millimeters of clearance on the Vaterra now. So one of the big things I was going over is when the Vaterra came out, is I wanted to figure a way to, or should I say, coming from the SEX 10 family, being overdrive the front, which I've accomplished in the SEX 10.2 with a RC four-wheel drive transfer case. So I was going to actually do the same thing to this one here, but I decided to do something a little different. So as I was driving it, I was just thinking, the transfer case setup would have been nice in it to give it a little bit of overdrive. The only thing is the Vaterra, as you well know, the front axles are just a bit on the weak side. I think they won't take so much. My buddies went through probably 2 or 3 axles in one of these things, and so they would be nice with either overdrive or dig. How about digging it? That's same as the SEX 10. So where we went with it is we went with a SEX 10 transmission and dig unit. I haven't been able to spend much time with this because, like I said, once I got this pretty much in and installed, the SEX 10.2 came out, and that's pretty much taken up all my time the last month or so, day and night, lunchtime, trying to figure out just how to do it. So I think I've spent about all the time and the money I can on this one here to get it dialed in. She's dialed in now. All I got to do is drive it and beat it up. So now I decided to dig this one here back out and finish up where I started off. So this is going to be a video on the Vaterra Ascender Modification Stage 1, which is more ground clearance, quite a bit of ground clearance there, because that was kind of an issue when I was driving. As you could tell, it was hanging up a bit. And then we went with the axial dig unit in it and transmission, which seems to work pretty well. I haven't had a chance to take it out and beat it up yet. I am still working on the geometry on the links. As you can see, I got just some testers in there just to see what I want before I get everything all bent up. Just got a ton of parts laying around here, so I put them on to see if I get the right. You can tell they're just a tad bit bent here, and they're bent in the back. I think we've got the back right. Now I'm going to make some better ones for the front. We got a Winch Servo. We decided to go with a Winch Servo in here. This is a homemade one. I just tell you guys, if you guys got winches laying around, or excuse me, servos laying around that have took a dump on you, take them apart, cut them up, try and make one. They're very expensive to buy. This here is just a cheapo, I don't know, it's got 100 and almost 200 pounds of 200 inch-pounds of torque on it, which is plenty for a winch. YouTube it. They'll show you how to strip it down and make them. Very, very easy. I got my RC four-wheel drive winch control in today, so we're going to get that installed on it today. And so anyway, here we are. We're working back. We're back to the Vaterra where I started. So I really liked this one here when it first came out over my SEX 10.2, just because of the suspension, the geometry of it, and just how it wheels. Really, really nice. And then of course Axial didn't want to feel left out, so they put something out too. So today we're going to do some testing, take it down to the creek. As you can see, I got the same tire setup on it, same compound, same inserts, so everything should be same and pretty much equal. So we're going to test it out today and see what we got. Alright, so come back and we'll see you down at the creek. Alright, later guys, God bless. I just wanted to show you how easy this modification was to gain our extra 3-4 millimeters of ground clearance. As you can see, it's pretty much just tucked up on top. What I did basically is I just unbolted it, took it out of the frame, put it on top of the frame, marked all my holes out. This is not a gearhead, that's just from I got stickers for, been saving stickers for 30 years, so you'd be surprised some of the stuff I put on my cars. Anyway, this is it. All I did was pretty much put the whole unit on top of the frame, adapted the axial transmission, screwed it onto the plate, and then made these rails for the side here, which bolt to the frame, and then they bolt to the existing transmission plate. So I mean, it looks pretty good. I had some buddies thought that maybe Gearhead sold this. They don't, just made it. So I just love the extra clearance it gives you. Not only more ground clearance in the front axles, or excuse me, the front suspension links there, as you can see with the SEX 10 too. There you can see them hanging down. With this one here, they're actually above the frame rails. So good or bad, I don't know. We're going to try it out. All right, later. As you can see, that extra 3 millimeters we got, 4 maybe, on this log right here is where I try all my cars going over it. It used to struggle, it used to drag coming up there. It would make it, but it would take a bit because you had to give it a little bit of throttle. But as you can see right here is the proof right there. With the extra clearance, that would be dragging right there. So it allows this to pretty much cruise right up it, which is somewhat different. So anyway, we're gonna try the axial right now, see how it does. Well, that climbed up there pretty easy, but as you see, the frame motor plate is actually scrubbing on the log, so it looks like we got about 2 millimeters more on the Vaterra. Once again, this is Axial's brand new SEX 10.2 against the Vaterra Ascender. SEX 10.2. So once again, here it is. This is the test results that we're going from the brand new Axial SEX 10.2 with the RC four-wheel drive transfer case with overdrive front end versus the Vaterra Ascender with modified suspension, ground clearance, and dig. SEX 10.2 looks like about 6 pounds, or 12 ounces, 12 and a half ounces. as it sits. Vaterra, 6 pounds, 10 ounces, 0.5. So they're really close, really close. So this ought to make for a good test.